You're listening to the Keep It Real podcast with Zach Phelan, where we talk everything real estate, real business, and real life. My name is Zach Phelan, and I'm a real estate investor, realtor, entrepreneur, and family man. This podcast is brought to you by Home Scout. Home Scout shows you every home listed on the market in real time, meaning if a home you're looking at goes under contract with another buyer, you will see it in real time. You can track homes that have sold, save favorite homes, get notified when a home hits the market in a neighborhood you're watching, and so much more. The best thing about Home Scout is your information is 100% secure. The only people who can see your phone number and email is yours truly, Zach Phelan, and my lender, Jenna Groff. Most people don't know this, but other apps and platforms sell your information to at least 3 realtors and 7 lenders. That's 10 phone calls and multiple emails from 10 different people. Keep your information safe in our hands. We promise not to abuse it. Download the Home Scout app now. The link is below in the show notes, or email me and I will send you a direct link. If prompted for a VIP code, use my phone number 928-853-0683. Go download the Home Scout app now and start searching for that new home today.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to episode 7, I believe. 6 or 7. We have an episode that we have to re-record. Episode 7 with our friend Dani Gianola. Dani is a brand new agent here in Flagstaff, Arizona. So we wanted to interview her, ask her some questions about what it was like to go through the real estate classes, costs to get started and things like that. So even if you don't live in Arizona, and if you're thinking about getting your real estate license, you might want to listen in to this episode just to get like a better idea of what that process is going to look like for starting and getting your real estate license. So, Dani.
Hold on. I've had a lot of people ask me about getting their real estate license, and that's kind of why I was like, I should probably interview some new people getting in. Just so happens this week, too, you just passed your class. Congratulations.
Yeah,
it is a royal pain in the ass.
Oh, definitely.
At least for me it was.
Yeah. No.
Sammy passed it first try.
Only because I had a lot of help.
She did get a lot of help. But I've had a lot of people ask me about it. And I have another friend, Fred, who is, he just took one portion of the national test, passed it, and he needs to take the state test and pass it. And then I have a few other people who are always, they always ask me, what's it like to be a realtor? Can I get into this? How do I start? What's the cost? What type of time commitment do I have to do? That kind of fun stuff. And can I fit it with my current lifestyle, or I want to transition into a brand new business? My cousin Sinjin wanted to start a brand new business in real estate, and he got licensed and got started and tried for a few ways, and his entrepreneurial brain opened up after about 3 or 4 months.
Definitely.
And he went this way, and started making money in different avenues, and then now he's got a different job, and he's off on this career path, which I think is great, and it fits him perfectly. So it's for some people, it's not for some people, but that's the basis of why I want to do this. Was just, I get a lot of people asking me, and I want to ask new agents coming in kind of what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and all that kind of fun stuff. So just, Dani, real quick, give us a background on you.
Well, I am originally from Peoria, Arizona. I moved up here, went to NAU, graduated early.
What'd you study?
I got my bachelor's in criminal justice.
Oh, cool.
Not anything having to do with realty.
Yeah.
But it's always been a passion, and I did that for 7 years, and I loved it.
Oh, cool.
But got married, had a baby, and decided that realty is just kind of a fun profession. It's flexible. You make it what you want by putting in the effort that you want to put into it.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
So
And I totally agree. It's great when you have a little one to get started with this.
yeah, definitely. And I think it's going to be kind of a nice break too from being at home for 6 months and kind of getting a little break. So I'm excited.
I'd come home from work and Sammy would be like, you need to go interact with humans. Let me have the baby. You go out.
Yeah. I love yoga. My husband would give me a break so I could go and just relax.
Nice.
You gotta have that outlet.
And
Good for you, Will.
Yeah. Thanks, babe.
That's awesome.
But
Well, that's good. Well, so you kind of talked about it a little bit, but what really made you want to get into real estate?
I guess a lot of different things. like I said, criminal justice is what I studied, and I loved it. It's a passion of mine. But being a mom now, it kind of made me see a whole different side of it. With how, I guess, a lot of the child abuse cases I worked and the sexual abuse cases I worked, it just opened my eyes to a whole different thing, and how I don't know, it had a weird effect on me. Now.
Ooh, I can see that.
Hard on me.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that.
And I was pregnant, so I was just like, wow, I don't think I can really stomach this stuff anymore, knowing I have a little baby at home now. But my mom, she was an interior designer for a little bit, and she took me to some of her houses that she did, and I'm kind of nosy in a way that I like seeing other people's houses, but I think just the fact of still having that purpose of helping others was kind of a good avenue for me for this, and just how it's flexible and still able to help people, find their dream home. Because me and my husband had a really good experience with our realtor. So
that's awesome.
Good. That's a good way to go into it. Like really, I had a good experience with my realtor, and I want this to be a good experience. Often this is the biggest purchase people ever make in their entire life.
Definitely is.
And and they're like,
huge.
They're freaking out oftentimes, and it's very, high emotions. And
it is.
If you can turn it into a nice, smooth, easygoing process, they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. I love you.
Yeah. And I've worked in super high stress situations, so I feel like
that's
I'll
good.
be able to.
That's going to help with this for sure.
Yeah. I can be there calm.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
That's really good work experience for it. And like you said, like that this is an industry where you're really helping somebody. I don't think that people realize how, and we're going to do a series on this.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how many steps and how much is going on in the background when you buy a house.
Yeah.
And that's why you need a real estate agent to help you, is because like the average person doesn't know all the steps.
Yeah.
And so you really are helping the person, besides helping them find the house.
Definitely.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. You love the interior design too.
I know.
She likes to go look at houses. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm going to look at some houses, and I'm like, come on, they're like $500,000. She's like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So I totally
She
get
gets to see all these fun houses and go through and look
it's
at
fun,
it.
Yeah.
And the client, my clients, they appreciate that. They like it. See me, it's like, oh, I love this, and they're like this, and then you get a feel for what the other, typically the wife likes.
Yeah.
and you guys do your jiving, and it works out well.
I get it. I'm really picky about houses too. So
Yeah, I know.
If she's really picky, I get it.
You have to be when you're picking your home. Like, you have to be picky.
Oh, absolutely. We never, I'm not a salesman that pushes or forces anybody to do anything. But I'll ask, a bunch of questions and get the idea of the house that they want. And when we're in that house and we check, 9 out of 10 boxes, I'm like, okay, this is your house. And if they're having a little issues pulling the trigger, then I might step in a little bit and kind of help get themselves out of their way. And I've had many clients come back to me and just say, hey, thank you for helping me buy this house, and kind of making me, but saying this is the house I need. You were honest and straightforward, and you told me exactly this is your house. You're not going to find anything else. And we can go look at 3 other ones. We're going to come right back here this afternoon, and this is going to be your house. And they're like, okay.
Oh yeah, I think me and my husband did that. So it just takes that extra little push. So.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
If it's the right house.
Yeah.
If it's not the right house,
No,
then it's like, we would not. I'm sure we wouldn't either.
You'll figure it out. You go out showing a few houses, you'll walk in, and they go, this, and you're like, all right, let's leave.
Yeah.
You close the door, on to the next one.
Yeah, definitely.
Just that fast. They're like, really? You don't want to look around? I'm like, no.
Yeah, good.
It's not a house for
When
you.
you know.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your school experience. Like, what were the qualifications? How much did your school cost, and all that kind of stuff?
My school was $500. It was a 90-hour class. It was three weekends.
Nice. That's quick.
So yeah, it
Wow.
wasn't bad. It was flexible if you had, a day job during the week, I didn't, but it worked out really well still. But yeah, $500, that was it. It was a good class. I mean,
it's real estate class.
It's real estate. It's pretty dry.
Yeah.
Very dry. Very dry.
It's a lot of information, and especially mine being a 3-weekend, 90-hour class, it's a lot crammed in. So yeah, by the end of the day, you're dead.
Oh yeah.
Like your brain can only handle so much. But I think it was good as far as, you know, getting it done. As far as the test, though.
Tell us about the testing process, like 2 different tests, right? Still.
Right. So before February 15th.
Coming up.
Oh,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Fred, yeah.
Or
Friday.
2 days.
Yeah, Friday.
Fred is telling me about this. Go ahead.
On Friday, it changes into one whole test. So the national and state will all be on one test.
Oh.
It's pass-fail, one test.
Yeah. But before, so I took, it's 2 separate, it's national and a state portion. It took me a few tries, but once I figured out the testing, how they word the questions and stuff, I decided to just focus on one test at a time instead of
All of it.
trying to cram everything into one study session. And doing that really helped, just focusing on the national, passing that, okay, now I'm going to focus on the state, study that, and pass, and I think that really helped.
Yeah.
But it's a tricky test.
No.
The way that they word it, you really have to know your stuff.
Everybody that we talk to, almost everybody. Well, I know one other person that's passed it on the first time, and I think the reason why I passed it the first time too is because she helped me, and she gave me her study sheets.
Yeah.
But everybody else we've talked to, 2, 3, 4 plus times.
Yeah.
So it's not easy at all, and probably because it's a lot of information.
It is. And I kind of figured there's like 4 different versions of the test. So when you take it again, it's like a whole new test.
Yeah.
So
It's not the same.
you can't memorize questions.
Yeah.
Because I could do that, in college or high school. And like, I miss something, I can retake the test. I remember the question and the answer, but you can't do that with this test.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely have to do some extra studying outside of the class.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Especially for the state portion, like water laws. That was something I had to dig deeper in from what I learned in class. So it was tricky, but passed, and
That's great.
thank God.
So was the test still $75 each time?
Yes, sorry, it's $75 each
Okay.
time, which
So $500
Adds up.
for the class, and mine was $450. I remember when that was 2 years ago. So that's about what you're looking at, most likely, especially if you're in Arizona. And then $75 in Arizona. I'm sure it's very similar in almost every other state.
Yeah.
Each time you take the test. So, and then getting your licensing up and going. Have you done that yet?
yes.
Okay.
So licensing for here, I don't think was bad.
Mhm.
So I signed on with Realty One yesterday.
Nice!
Yes.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
I'm super excited. Great place.
Join the club. Awesome. I didn't even know that.
Oh,
Good.
okay.
Well, I knew you were meeting with Daniel, but I didn't know. I was going to ask you.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Yes.
so cool.
So officially yesterday, I joined. I think as far as fees and what Realty One offers,
We're the best.
it's definitely worth it.
Hands down, we're the best. Easy.
With the fees, I don't even think it was $1,000.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah,
it
that's
was,
great.
Yeah, definitely doable with
So,
everything. that's
so you
offered.
signed up with NAR, Northern Arizona Association of Realtors,
Mhm.
and you had to pay that first-time setup fee and like your yearly dues,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And then to get set up with us is like $100 a month.
Yeah.
And then I think $400 per transaction,
Right.
which is ridiculously cheap.
Yeah. And then,
Because if you're with other brokerages, and we've been
Yeah.
with a few,
Mhm.
a lot of times they'll say like, we're going to take 25% of your commissions up until $15,000 each year, and then after you reach that $15,000, then you can keep, I don't even know if it was 100% or 90% of your commissions. And so that's what we love about Realty One Group too, is like those other brokerages that charge that much, they're like, well, we have this and this for classes,
Mhm.
but
We
we
have it
have
too.
classes.
Yeah, and they're way more helpful and informative.
Yeah.
So we have,
So,
so like I was with Keller Williams, they're 70-30 split. I was with Stunning Homes Realty. I was with a team there, and they have a same thing, a split there. And then we were with Desert North Realty, and that was a split as well.
Mhm.
okay.
And that 70-30 split's crazy. So if you can imagine giving up $15,000 2 years in a row, you're like, oh, I'm out $30,000. And if you do the math on how much you would spend here,
Yeah.
it's like $8,000.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So, you got to pay to play. I get that part, but
Tell us a little
play
bit-
smart.
So you had your meeting with Daniel Collins. She had her meeting yesterday with Daniel. He is our branch manager. tell us a little bit about kind of like what he said about the perks about Realty One, and since you just fresh out of it,
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear what he said.
Super nice guy. I was looking more for, I interviewed with other brokerages, and I told Daniel right off the bat, I wanted a place that mentored and did a lot of training, and obviously, doable fees that aren't going to break the bank. And he had this whole packet for me and just kind of went through every page of what Realty One offers as far as all the trainings, the mentorship, the conferences and meetings and just stuff like that. And it's like a family. I don't know.
It really is.
I think that's so important, especially when you're dealing with such a important situation as buying or selling a home. You need to know what you're doing, and there's not really room for any error. And that's what I liked about Realty One is they'll be with you every step of the way until you know what you're doing. And that's kind of just what he reassured me with, and I was sold.
I love it.
It really is. It's a community. It's a family in here,
Yeah.
and everyone's pretty close. The office is open. People are in here talking all the time.
Even though real estate is highly competitive, and
Yeah.
we're around your competitors all day, people in the office, but it does not feel like that at all.
Like that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, there's 800 plus realtors in Flagstaff now,
Yeah.
and we in Realty One Group have 10% of the population. So, and we're growing up from there.
Yeah.
So people are realizing that we have great training. Every Tuesday and Wednesday you show up here, you're going to get great training.
We were just talking about, Dani was asking us, it's 10 o'clock now, but she's like, are you guys going to go to the Binzer class that's happening at 10 o'clock? And
Great class to go to. You need to know this stuff as a new agent. Negotiating that Binzer is no joke.
Yeah.
It can make or break a deal for your clients every single time.
Definitely.
And then there's the legal things that you're supposed to do on that. But when you're taking care of your clients, you got to make sure you do things correctly and how to negotiate that and not to give away on the phone. Most agents, I'll ask a question and they'll just start talking, and at that point they're giving away information to me, and that's part of that.
Zach's good at that.
I like to negotiate. I like to negotiate it and do good deals for my clients. And most of my clients did get some good deals from me. So, but I mean, we have those classes nonstop. They call it Rev Up, revving up your business.
And Toolbox Tuesdays.
Toolbox Tuesdays, and they're great. We've been to them. This one we're not going to go to because we've got that pretty down, but we've been to some other ones that have been really nice.
And that's the other thing too, is the tools that they offer.
Holy cow!
I've been to a couple of the classes for the Toolbox Tuesdays, and they'll mention some program that's going to help you systematize your business and do better with your, just like sales or whatever it is in systems. And I'm like, how much does this cost? And they're like, this is included. So I'm like, oh, that's great.
Yeah, the marketing tools and stuff, everything that's offered,
it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, get that set up and rolling because that really does help.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we weren't doing anything on our business page just because that's how Facebook is, but now we have
Circle Picks.
And we have Circle Picks going and something else. And
I don't know if he told you about that.
He did.
And that was the one I had asked. I was like, how much does this cost? And they're like, no, you just get it. I'm like, cool. Yeah. So, and like there's this program called Videolicious that we get to use. Yeah. And just like the CRMs, so you can stay in contact with your clients and things. Just a lot of really good stuff.
Yeah.
The CRM we have is one of the top-notch ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really expensive to buy as an agent on your own too. So, I mean, everyone in the office.
I think they said it was like $800 a month if you were buying it on your own.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Realty One is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna ask so I know new mom, new baby, new family. I don't know how long you guys been married. How long you been married?
Be 2 years this August.
2 years, right? Go Will. But so what is your plans for this business? Like, how do you want it to? You want to go full time with it? What are your plans with it?
I would love to go full time with it. Obviously, it's good money, and I think that's why a lot of people get into it. That's not why I'm getting into it particularly. Like I said, I like helping others, serving others, and I'm hoping I can get a good reputation out of this by how I deal with clients and talking with them more of that than the money. So just building a good reputation around town and getting involved in the community is kind of my plan. So
it's like a whole win-win then. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, even if I'm not making a lot of money, I'm still
That's
trying
good.
to help others, you know,
Yeah.
doing what I can.
Because you're still going to find that fulfillment, and
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing about a
Definitely.
career choice is having that fulfillment.
Definitely.
And I think your mindset on it is really, really excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're spot on with wanting to help people and don't be focused on the money and just take care of your clients and get involved with the community is huge. I'm just getting involved with it too, more and more and more. And I was just talking to my lender Jenna. I like doing the blood drives. I'll go and donate blood, and I'm O negative or something. And I'm a universal donor. Everybody can use it. I don't know which O I am, but I can do it. Every 6 to 8 weeks, and I want to get involved with the community that way and try to bring more people in. I get these emails all the time, and they're like, "We're at like 10% blood. We need more." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, so you're kidding?
How much more can I give?"
I'm like, "I can't go yet. I got 4 weeks." But I want to get more involved doing that type of stuff, and that's great that you're in that you've already thinking that way because that it really pays off doing that.
Do you have a certain charity or volunteer? Have you started any of this yet, or
No,
just
not
getting
yet.
started? Okay, I was just curious for my own sake.
No, yeah. I used to volunteer with Victim Witness Services.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great organization in town helping victims of crime.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I might want to get back into that again.
Yeah, for sure.
That was really fulfilling to me.
Yeah,
Nice.
so that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I love it.
Yeah, well, we're doing a form of our marketing here, and you were with a makeup
Yes.
company before, so you have a little bit of this,
Yeah.
experience. But what type of marketing do you want to focus on in real estate, or have you even really thought about it yet?
Not too much, but I know social media is like the biggest thing right now. So I'll probably start off with Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing, just because everyone's on that hours of the day.
Yeah.
So probably start there with my marketing, Facebook definitely. So
If I was going to give any advice to a new agent, and especially because Dani already has experience with marketing and with an online business, it's not a whole lot different at all. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is fun. Marketing is fun.
Mm-hmm. So that would be the advice I would give anybody as a new agent is just focus on doing some social media, getting it out there, letting people know that this is what you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's the fastest and easiest way to spread it, really.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then you'll learn about it in some of these upcoming classes. But your center of influence, your power sphere, just the people that you're really close with, your top 50, top 100 people.
Yeah.
You can reach out to them in certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
You say, hey, this is a new step in my career. This is where the path I wanted to go. And this is what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love you to support me somehow, some way.
Yeah, definitely.
And you just start, and then everyone will start coming around.
Yeah.
You'll do a few deals. At first they were telling me, they're like, oh, yeah, that's another thing about Keller Williams. Like, oh, you got a big center of influence. You'll be fine. You go to do a deal. You ask your aunt and uncle to sell their house, and they're like, no, you don't know what you're doing. You've never done this before.
Right.
And
Yeah,
I start
it happens
laughing.
sometimes.
I'm like, you're kind of right. But,
Gotta get
Come on,
started
man.
somewhere.
Yeah.
you get through your first, 5, 10, and then you're up and running.
Yeah.
And they're good with it. But yeah, that's a big one. So that's really just kind of all I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah. And
kind of give people that, maybe a quick background and just, you got to take your test. You got to put in your 90 hours. You did
That's
a
in
school
Arizona.
here.
It might be different in your state.
You did a school here in Flagstaff. Sammy did a school in Phoenix or Sedona. I did a school in Phoenix. All 90 hours.
Can I do a plug real quick?
Go.
When it comes to your school, it's very important, and I would do your research ahead of time and find out what the reviews are about the school, no matter where you are. If you're outside of Arizona, research your school, look up the reviews, make sure that they're going to prepare you well for the test, because I can say that if I had relied just on my school for the test, I would not have passed, because there's so much information, you just cannot learn it all unless that school really knows what's going to be on the test and they're making study material for you that is really good and really concise. And the Arizona School of Real Estate and Business, I believe there's one in Phoenix, and
best one.
There's 2 down in Phoenix, down in the valley, and one in Prescott, I believe. And I went to one of their study sessions before the test. My friend gave me all of her study materials, and that's the only reason why I passed. So make sure you do your research.
Yeah,
So kind of like to get licensed, I get people, what does it take to get licensed? How much does it cost? I tell people roughly it's going to cost you about $2,000 to get licensed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So $500 for the class. You got to get your fingerprints. Can't have any felonies, right?
Right.
You got to be able to pass a regular background check.
Mhm.
I don't know if you got to have your driver's license, but I'm assuming you do.
Makes life a little bit easier.
Yeah.
To show a house.
Yeah,
just a
and
little
then
bit.
so that's that, and then depending on how many times you have to take the test,
Yeah.
it's $75 per test, and then to pay your association dues. So once you become a licensed agent, you're like, okay, now I'm licensed. You have to join an association, and in Arizona, Northern Arizona Association of Realtors, it's called NAR. That's who you have to join in Northern Arizona. Prescott has an association. Phoenix has like 3 or 4 associations. And what that does, that gives you access to the MLS, the multiple listing service, where you post your properties and get all all that kind of fun stuff. So, and to join, I don't remember exactly what NAR is or how much it
The
costs
price?
to join it as a like, because you have a new member setup
Right.
fee and then your annual fees.
Right.
Do you know?
So mine, I did it this morning actually.
Fresh on your mind.
So since it's February, it was prorated a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the full year was, but since I started this month, it was $975.
Okay.
And
So
that's good.
it's going to be about that much. Then you got your test, and you got this and that, and blah blah blah. So I tell people, if you got $2,000 and you could take this class and pass the test, invest it in yourself.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
you're really starting a business for $2,000, and it's
Yeah.
pretty darn low.
Yeah.
And then here, Realty One
Doable.
Group, it's only $100 a month, which is nuts.
Yeah.
And then per transaction per sale, it's $400 per
Instead of a
transaction.
percentage.
We're up from there, and we can talk all about that another time. But I just want to let people know that spot right there, because that's the big question I get. Like, what do I got to do? What does it take? And you can do 3 weekends in a row. You're like, wow, I can have it in a month. You're
Yeah.
like, well,
Super doable.
yeah, kind of. You can have it in a month. In
Yeah.
Phoenix, you can do 9 days in a row. They'll have you
Nice.
done, and you go Monday through Friday, then Monday through Thursday,
Okay.
something like that. And you could take a test on Friday or Saturday if you wanted to. So
Hmm.
there's fast track classes like that.
Yeah.
And then I tell them that you have to keep up on your continuing education every 2 years, but that's
Yeah.
that's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I really need to do that.
Yes, Sam, you got to do it now. But that I just want to cover that again because I get so many people asking me that and wanting to know, what does it take to get into the industry. And then once you're in, honestly, everything you just learned,
Yeah.
I don't remember anything
No,
about water.
I don't know.
Riparian rights,
Yeah.
meh. But
Yeah.
all that stuff goes out the window, and then you have to
Because
learn
it's
this
not
whole.
stuff
Yeah.
that you use a lot in
Mhm.
what you're actually doing, and that's where I would say like what you're going to learn in the classes that Realty One offers. That's
Yeah.
where you're going to learn what you actually really
Yeah.
need.
Yeah.
So now that you're licensed, you're actually going to learn the business,
Yeah.
what you need to know how to
Yeah.
do. You learn how to market, you learn sales, you learn how to write up a Benzer, all that kind of fun stuff. And
Right.
this the going through all the steps in the transaction. Maybe we should do that in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one to do. But yeah, so I just want to touch on all that and just say thank you for getting on with us, because
Yeah.
to
Thank
step
you.
out here and just jump into it, doing this is big. Most people wouldn't do it.
She just got licensed this morning, y'all.
Yeah, like I'm
She's-
saying,
She's a go-getter.
she's a go-getter. So it's
Damn.
like,
It's awesome.
most people won't do this and they're scared, and you just have to put yourself out there. and
You
go.
do, and that's what this business is you
Mhm.
have to put yourself out there. You
Mhm.
have to be okay with rejection too.
Yeah.
I mean, like we were talking before we started, like this whole podcast thing's new to me, but I
Yeah.
can't have everything perfect before I start, or you're never going to start.
Exactly.
And it's not perfect.
It's not perfect. It's analysis by paralysis. You can't do that. You just got to go,
Yeah,
go,
you gotta start and
and
see
you
where it
figure it
goes.
out. So
Yeah.
you'll do well.
thank you.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank you
really
guys.
excited. for
Will's
you.
gonna be excited. I was talking to him at the gym, and he's just like, it'd be nice to get going and up and running.
I know. He's pretty excited.
He's
about
like,
it.
yeah, Dave. Yeah, how's it gonna work? But I have some more little just general talking points. Do you guys do New Year's goals, or did you set yourself any New Year's goals?
Really? We
On
should
that
have.
face, she was like,
I should have, but
it's all right. You just had a baby.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I was
not
just going to
really.
say. Give yourself some grace. It's cool, man.
I mean, I definitely want to, I think everyone's New Year's goal is eat healthier and work out, and honestly, that is kind of mine.
Yeah,
Just
that's
having
okay.
a baby, you kind of want to.
Gotta get back into shape.
Yeah, you want to get back into shape, and I'm 25, so
Yeah.
I don't want to have like a total mom bod yet. So.
No, yeah.
Nope.
I get it.
But no, just being healthy too. You just feel better.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that will help you with business too.
Yeah, it really does. When you have energy to sustain all day
energy.
long, to work all day long, to still go to the gym.
And be a mom.
It makes
And be a
difference. And
mom. And a wife.
And a
clean
wife.
the house.
And the house cleaner and the cook
Yeah.
and I know all that.
You the,
Well, I'm not
you the
the
cook?
cook.
You
I
know
don't do
cooking?
that.
Yeah, Will's a way better cook.
Is he?
Oh yeah, I'm not.
That's like our deal too. I'm like, I'll clean all day,
Yeah.
but I don't want to cook.
Yeah.
I
That's,
still get on that one.
and then the day she does cook, she just goes, you gotta clean. I'm like, oh, God.
But it's not even worth it because Zach's standard of cleaning isn't quite my standard of cleaning.
Yeah.
So
You know, our
What-
standards.
What about any, do you guys have any morning or night rituals?
Not really, just because our schedule, well, I don't really have a schedule right now, but he works 48-hour shifts.
Mm.
So we don't really have anything set because it's different every week.
mm-hmm.
But when he is home, it's more of like a night ritual, I guess.
Mhm.
We just all like to cuddle up on the couch together, put on a movie,
Nice.
Netflix or something, just spend time together.
Love it.
Any shows you guys are cranking through right now?
Not right now, but our favorite so far has been Dexter. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys have seen that, but that's
I started to watch it before. I didn't finish it though.
No, we loved it. It was.
I hear
think
from a
we
lot of
finished
people it's
it
really
in like
good.
a week. It
What?
There's like 8
Dang.
seasons. It was.
That's
really good.
intense. That's awesome.
That's
Must be really
that's
good.
some serious binging right
I
there.
know, it was pretty bad. I was pregnant though, so I mean, I didn't really have
Yeah.
anything better to
Oh
do.
yeah. That sounds great. Being pregnant, just Netflix binge watching.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
I'm cranking through The Punisher right now on Netflix. It's a
Okay.
little too graphic
Oh, okay.
for Sammy to watch, so kind of do it by myself. So.
Okay. We all have our
Yeah.
separate shows.
Any books you're reading or any favorite books?
My favorite author is John Grisham.
Cool.
He's a crime
Mm-hmm.
author. I haven't read anything recently, no, but I do love to read. I just haven't had the me time I wanted.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I like to read.
That's good. Good that you want to read. You'll get into this business, and people will do. It'll be, the self-help industry gets big, and reading this book and that book, and
Yeah.
books spread like wildfire through realtors, and
Mm-hmm.
did you read this book? Did you read this book?
Yeah.
There's gonna be like a list of like 10 books.
Oh, cool! I'm ready for
That
that.
you start reading them, and as you start, learning all about this business and get into it, you go, okay, I see how this makes sense now, and yeah, I can use this, and it's.
As a mom, I would say,
Really helps.
I don't know if you listen to audiobooks at all,
Not really.
but those are super helpful. We use Audible.
Okay.
Oh
and
yeah, you
just-
can crank a lot of more information that way.
Mhm.
Okay.
Listening to the books instead, listening while you're driving or whatever,
Oh, that's smart. Then, yeah.
just to
I
make
would do that.
because you don't have time when
Yeah,
you're
I
a brand
don't-
new
yeah.
mom.
I think last year I did like 30 audiobooks.
Oh wow.
And I'll
Yeah.
do them on you can change the speed. Like, it sounds fast at first. Because you can do like speed 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, 1.2, like, and they're
2
talking
times.
fast.
Oh wow.
So, but like,
That's
I do 1.5, and at first it sounds fast, and now it's completely normal to me,
Yeah.
and I hear every word they say, and
And you
Yeah.
can't listen to it at normal speed.
I compliment it. Yeah, then you can't listen at normal speed, so it's like,
They're talking too slow.
Mhm.
so that really helps. I mean, it goes through a lot faster. So, are you new mommy stuff? So, are you currently learning or improving on anything outside of work or anything new? I know this was a big jump you just took into.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Yeah,
say.
this is a hard
no,
question
no,
for
I
you.
know. I've always been a really patient person, but I think being a mom takes a whole new extra set of patience, and I think I'm slowly learning that too. I mean, she's only 6 months old, so she's not in the terrible twos,
Yeah.
and, running everywhere or anything yet. But when it's just me at home for 2 days by myself,
2 whole days.
yeah, you feel
That's-
like a
yeah,
single
that's
mom,
intense.
so I get a little overwhelmed sometimes. but-
Totally.
So I'm just kind of learning to just breathe.
Yeah.
Ooh, good one. I mean,
Yeah,
breathing is good.
It's the real deal though.
it is.
And at least when you become a new mom, you kind of get eased into it.
Yeah,
Where it's not terrible twos right away
right,
for most moms, unless you have a colicky baby.
right.
But yeah.
And I mean, it's all natural instinct to be a mom.
Mhm.
Everything just comes to you.
Yeah.
But it's I give props to single moms out there because
Oh.
I don't know how they do it, and I
Yeah.
applaud them. So
Yeah.
just 2 days by myself, it's like okay.
I need a break
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So
I remember those days when Zach would just be gone for the full day, and he'd come home, and I'd be like, Zach, help me. I can't imagine doing 48 hours by myself.
And sometimes more if you need some extra money and
Yeah.
take a few extra days.
Oh, yeah. Dang, girl.
Or he does the wildland fires too, so he'll be gone weeks at a time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
So,
Well, props to you, sister.
thank you.
Do you and Will have any favorite flag restaurants?
Ooh.
Big into eating.
If he's watching this, he probably won't appreciate it, but he's the pickiest eater, like, out of everyone I know. But he loves Namarco's. We love Namarco's pizza. I don't know, we don't, like, go out and eat a lot.
But Nimarco's is what comes to mind.
Namarco, yeah. I love, it's a little hole-in-the-wall Mexican restaurant, Los Altinos. I probably butchered that.
Los Altos? Oh, is it the one on San Francisco?
No, it's on Milton where Hickory Smokehouse is.
Oh,
It's just like a little
that.
hidden gem in
Oh,
there.
right there
Okay.
next to them, like
The Cleaners.
yeah.
Uh-huh. I've
It's-
never been there.
Oh, the best Mexican food.
Cool.
My
We'll have to
favorite.
try that out.
You got a new one. I've been in there. It's good.
Okay.
It is
I think it's the best.
It is
Is
hole in the wall.
I'm big
Yeah,
on
it is
Mexican.
hole in the wall.
I love it. That's a fast one to go to and good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just to end and wrap up, I'd like to ask this one: just what are you grateful for today?
My family, definitely. I couldn't have done this without my husband, so thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just grateful for my family. I'm very blessed with where I am right now. So
Sounds like it. I'm really excited for you. I think you're
thank
doing
you. I am
best.
too.
You are gonna kick some ass. That's good.
Thanks, guys.
So.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Dani, so much
Yeah.
for coming in today. First day as
Yeah.
an official real estate agent doing podcasts.
I paid my dues. I'm official. All right, 9:30 podcast. Let's
Right?
go.
Yep. Let's do this.
That's hitting the ground running right there.
All right,
Yeah.
guys.
Thanks,
for
guys.
tuning
Thanks
in.
for tuning in. Any questions? Message us. Thanks. Hey guys, I want to keep it real with you. Thank you guys for listening to this week's podcast. If you could do us a huge favor and write us a review, it really helps out the channel. Samantha and I really, really do appreciate it. So go ahead and write us a review. Thank you so much. If you know anyone that I should be talking to, please do send them our way. We really appreciate it. See you guys for next week's episode. Until then, keep it real.